What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey672 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over some of the Colts free agents, and I think this is going to be important because we're pretty much the Philadelphia Colts right now, okay? As everyone's been saying because of what we've been doing. And there's going to be some players from that Colts team that's going to want to play for one of these coaches, whether it's Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, as a defensive coordinator. So you're going to have to look at some of these players that are going to probably want to come here and want to win. So I'm going to go over some of these Colts free agents. Kind of intriguing. Some of them probably won't make sense or make sense, but just want to discuss the free agents for the Colts and how they would, how much they would cost and, could we afford them? I think this is when you get a coaching staff like this, you bring a coaching staff on board to the Eagles like this, it's going to draw interest from those players from the team that they came from, and I think this is going to make a lot of sense. So I'm going to start off with the top here, T.Y. Hilton. He only had like over 700 yards this year, 53, 54 receptions, something like that. T.Y. Hilton's going to be very expensive. It's just not going to happen. Eagles have the 6th overall pick. Nick Sirianni has mentioned he wants to focus on the wide receiver position this year. So obviously we have a good foundation. Now Greg Ward, Travis Fulgham are going to be free agents. Don't know if they're going to retain both of those guys. Probably not. Maybe one of them. I don't know. But time will tell. You still have Deshaun Jackson, Marquise Goodwin on this roster as well. So we need to see what happens with them two as well. So we'll see what happens. But T.Y. Hilton, he's going to want too much money, and obviously, it was a down year for him last year. He's already, 30, 31 years old. Kind of makes no sense at this point. So, yeah. Next, I'd like to go over Anthony Walker at inside linebacker. Now, this one's intriguing because he has played 67% of the snaps, 25 years old. Okay, the last few seasons he's played pretty okay. Nothing statistical. It's going to really shout out too much. But, totaled 343 tackles during the 4 seasons with the Colts, including 19 tackles for a loss, 3.5 sacks. Now, the good thing about Anthony Walker is he's not going to get a big contract. That is stated here that he's not going to get a big contract, so the Eagles could really probably afford a guy like this that's going to want to play for Jonathan Gannon in this defense. And you know what? You have a lot of linebackers on this team right now. Hopefully Nathan Gary is gone. Okay. Sean Bradley, Davion Taylor from the 3rd round, and you know what? Alex Singleton has been fantastic. So if you could pair Alex Singleton with somebody here, and if Anthony Walker could come in from the Colts and actually do something, sometimes these things work, guys. Like if you think the Eagles are going to get big free agents, it's not going to happen, especially at linebacker. You're definitely not going to get that. Don't look out for big contracts. Look for contracts and guys that are going to fit with the system and obviously to the coach's liking. So we have to really trust Jonathan Gannon and what he really wants with this defense. So that's what's going to be really, really important. So now the cornerback position, Xavier Rhodes. Okay, this one's really interesting, guys. Now, Xavier Rhodes picked off 2 passes, deflecting 12 or more, allowing only 52% of the passes thrown his way to be completed. Obviously, the Eagles have a big need at the opposite corner spot, opposite Darius Slay. We all know this, guys. And Darius Slay is going to be getting old. And I'm not saying that he can't play anymore. He can. But we need to start, obviously the draft, we're going to be drafting the corner sometime. But the Eagles need to go sign a free agent cornerback that obviously isn't going to be that expensive. But Xavier Rhodes, this is a guy that got a big contract, was pretty much a shutdown corner with the Minnesota Vikings. And it seemed like after that big contract he did get, kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, played really bad, was getting beat left and right. Then went to the Colts and did a really good job. And Jonathan Gannon did fantastic. What Jonathan Gannon, our defensive coordinator is really known for is developing cornerbacks. And that's what intrigues me about him a lot, because this secondary needs so much work, and we need new blood in here, and we need new players, and we need to get younger. And, Xavier Rhodes has been in the league, but this is like a veteran signing where a guy that's really not going to get much money. But this would make absolute sense. I was kind of, even last year, I was like, even before the offseason, I was like, maybe they should bring him in, see what he could do. But, it depends on the coaching, guys. And the Eagles, this is why the Eagles are losing players and they're going to other teams and being successful. and that's why we've had issues with things like this. Sometimes a player just needs a new background, a new culture, a new team, and a coach that really knows how to use their players to their strengths offensively or defensively, and it really does make sense. So Xavier Rhodes obviously had a resurgence year. I'm not saying he was the best corner, but he actually did a very good job. So Xavier Rhodes, I really wouldn't mind if that was the case, but obviously we need to see what happens between free agency and the draft. But this would be a free agent signing that I wouldn't mind having because he's not going to be expensive. Now, safety Malik Hooker. Okay, Malik Hooker is coming off of an Achilles injury, which is definitely going to impact his value. Very good. Go over some of the stats here. Hooker had 24, has 7 interceptions in 36 career games to go along with 81 tackles and 11 pass deflections. Like Rhodes, Hooker could be a valuable leadership voice for Gannon. And you know what? And Hooker, I've seen Hooker talk to his team, and I've seen videos of him in the huddle, and he really has command over the defense. And obviously losing Malcolm Jenkins was a huge loss, which I thought we should have retained him. Probably one of the most emotional, really just took my heart out of my chest to see Malcolm Jenkins leave. And for a guy that's been the leader of our defense, when Malcolm Jenkins is on the field, you want to have that guy. When you have that guy like Malcolm Jenkins on the field, your defense is taken care of. On game day, you don't have to worry if they're ready because that guy is going to get them prepared. Okay, the coaches get them prepared through the week, and that leader on the defense gets them prepared for that day of that game. Okay, and that's where it makes a huge difference. Malik Hooker could be that guy if they want to bring him in. He's not going to be expensive, coming off an injury, and obviously you take a shot at something like this if you really want to, because that safety, guys, I'm not a fan of Tavon Wilson. I think he's more talk than he is play. Okay, his talk doesn't match his play. I don't like Rudy Ford. Marcus Epps, I think, is a free agent, thank God, because he can't play safety. And, Rodney McLeod's got to go. Jalen Mills has got to go far away as possible. Okay, as far as possible. Malik Hooker would be something very special here. And, it'd be cool just to, see what would happen here. You have Tavon Wilson, another safety. Okay, so Tavon Wilson played 21% of the snaps with the Colts last season, 15 games, has plenty of experience getting meaningful snaps, played 840 snaps in 2019. So don't know how good he's actually played, but obviously has worked well more in a system than on his own. There's guys out there that just work well more in a system. And that where it really makes sense. Just like having Malcolm Jenkins move around from safety to linebacker to inside, outside corner, it really bandages up a lot of your defense, and that's where it really does come in. So if you want to look at some depth on the defensive tackle position, obviously Malik Jackson's going to be gone. Him and Alshon Jeffrey got restructured, so that restructure means they're going to, they save about $24 million in cap space. So that restructure tells you that they will be gone post June. So obviously there is a free agent defensive tackle for depth purposes. Okay, Taylor Stallworth. Okay, now Stallworth. 253 snaps last season with the Colts, proven to be a nice rotational piece for their defensive line. Stallworth could be a nice low-cost, high upside for the Eagles. Okay, I don't know how many sacks he's got or whatnot, but we need depth at that position. We can't spend that much money at depth, and Malik Jackson making over $10 million and not really doing much but getting penalties and getting angry with the team, and not even just that. Fletcher Cox leaves that game, leaves that Cowboys game, and it just seemed like some of these guys couldn't even get pressure. Malik Jackson was there, couldn't even get pressure. And now I wonder why the Jaguars did bench him the year before he did come here. So that's pretty much it, guys. These are the Colts free agents. There's a few more, but none of them that really make sense too much. But obviously corner, depth at defensive tackle, and safety probably the most important, guys. So you have two free agent safeties from the Colts actually available, as well as Xavier Rhodes at corner. Trey Burton at tight end. T.Y. Hilton, that's pretty much never going to happen because I don't even want it to happen. Yeah, should be exciting, guys. You know, Anthony Walker at inside linebacker with the rest of our linebacker core. So there's a lot of free agents for the Colts that might, some of these guys are going to be low cost. So honestly, it's not that Howie has to be cheap, but he has no choice because of our cap flexibility right now. And obviously going into 2022, the year after, the cap is going to go down. We're going to get penalized because obviously with COVID and everything, they're not making any money, okay? So the Eagles are going to have to try really hard to make some of this work. And I think having Nick Sirianni and having Jonathan Gann here is going to actually elevate some of these and turn the direction of some of these players to actually come and play for the Eagles. That should be fantastic. So very exciting for it. If you guys made it this far in the video, appreciate it. If you guys haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Guys haven't subscribed to the channel, obviously cover the Eagles all year long, and I appreciate it. I'm going to definitely be looking out for Colts free agents and free agency that are not too expensive. So going to be looking out for that 100%. I will see you guys later. Shakes go up, file slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.